All right, back here for game 5. I made a very small adjustment in sideboarding. I brought in the second Nile Spellbomb for a discard spell. This hand has a lot of potential. We could certainly just brick off and die, but I'm going to keep.
Yeah, my hand's just a good mix of lands and spells.
Go.
I'll play this.
Okay. Play Wall of Women's draw card. Go.
That's a good draw. I will play... I'll crack this for a forest. 19, play voice.
Yep.
You can go.
Okay. Although it does not feel good, I think it's just too important that we start setting up our mana, so I'm going to start with a Thoughtseize. And I will take your... Kitchen Finks is annoying for sure.
You juked me there.
Quarter Calling is also scary, but...
All my cards are scary.
It's tough.
Except for Malira, that card's not too scary.
Yeah, I'm just going to take Kitchen Finks. I think it's just the most annoying card.
Okay,
And
you're at
I'll
18.
path my own wall. Your turn.
Well. Getting a mountain, I presume.
Yep.
So, I'd like to get this card into play, but I don't want to potentially lose both to a Kozilek's Return, so I'm actually going to pay 2 life, 17,
Yep.
play the Ooze.
Yep.
I could pass, because I don't really want to exile the Finks in case I want to witness it back, so I could pass the turn here. And then, and then just not exile it if Michael also passes. So I guess I'll tap like this. You can go. Michael knows I have an attack. Yeah, attack. I'm
16.
thinking about other things. Michael knows I have paths, so should leave that up.
Yeah, I'll just Painful Truce for 13.
Yep.
And...
Discard to hand size?
No. No. So... Man, this is a weird turn.
Discard to hand size?
No, I'm playing a land. I'm just not sure what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can play this, take 1,000,000 damage, and do this. I know Malira, Path, Chord, and Land?
No, I played
Malira,
the
Path, Chord, yeah. This is tough. Yeah, I think we just got to do it. I'm going to go to 10 and bolt your ooze.
Okay.
Go.
This could just spam our hand into play and be rough against a Kozilek's Return. But if we just attack and don't really do much, we're rough against a lot of other things. Could try to play only one thing. But even just playing Noble Attack is so bad against Nahiri. Okay. I'll play both attack for 3.
7.
You can go. So also have to get creatures in place so we can chord for relevant numbers. Probably just getting K returned.
Yep, K return you. I'll play a Wall of Women's draw card. Go.
Sphinx gain 2.
Yep.
I'm at 19.
Yep.
You have 5 cards?
I have 5 cards. To get aggressive or not to get aggressive? That is what Ross must ask himself.
Yeah, you can go.
Okay.
I don't want to get aggressive.
Play Nahiri. How to tap for it is another interesting question. More bolts in my deck than paths. So I guess this is... And I can't do this without taking 1,000,000 damage, so I guess I'll just do it like this.
Yeah. You can also draw a discard spell, which...
Tick up, I'll discard... Blackleaf Cliffs. Play Shameling Vent Spess.
Okay. Now, I have some interest in killing Nahiri. I mean, if he has like Bolt for this, and then I'm like, he just sits behind Nahiri and Emeralds me pretty soon, so I'm going to have to make a move. Might as well make it now.
Yep.
And Noble.
Yep.
Attack Nahiri for... Or, I guess I could just try to kill you?
Yeah, put me to 1.
I imagine he knows my last card is Cord. So if he had a Bolt, he would have bolted earlier than letting me have the Cord up. So I'll just Cord for 1.
Sure.
I will get Burned and Fortune Ender, and I'll attack you for 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not sure if I could have done anything, but stuff. All right, back here for the conclusion of our versus series, Mardu Control versus Abzan Company. Ross beat me.
Yeah.
I've been told off camera that that's a significant thing.
I mean, it's just been a while. It's nice to have some parity.
Yeah.
I definitely thought I was on the good side of this matchup. Historically, Jund and Abzan have been good matchups for Abzan Company and Pod before that. And it's just hard to interact with one-for-one removal spells against a lot of what the Collected Company deck is doing. I mean, they have a lot of sticky creatures and ways to gain card advantage with Eternal Witness and Collected Company, and then they have Township going along to turn their normally irrelevant creatures in the late game into actual threats. And we still played a lot of interesting games. There's one game where I flooded a bit, and then one game where you stumbled, and then... but we were both of those games weren't real runaways. Like both decks got back into it a bit.
Yeah, there's a critical turn or two that things could have gone either way.
If you'd had a couple more life, if I had a couple more spells, like both of those games could have still gone either way. And then the other 3 games were super close. I definitely think I could have played game 3 a lot better. Very intricate matchup, but
yeah, it's interesting. It kind of reminded me of a standard matchup almost. Like I really needed to keep a Planeswalker in play for several turns to get some traction and kind of start to turn the corner against a bunch of your 2-for-1s and sticky threats. And if you're able to just maintain advantage on the board, then I was in a lot of trouble. And
yeah. The Nahiri was certainly impressive. There were a couple things that I noticed that just my lack of experience playing against it. One, it's difficult to chip shot it because Nahiri can kill things. Yeah, it can kill things. While you're trying to chip shot it, and it isn't actually just a fast clock. It starts at 4. It ultimates at 8. Like if you pass twice and try to ignore it for 2 turns, you're dead.
Yeah.
So you have to do something within 2 turns, and a Wall of Ohms is great at protecting it.
We only saw the one game where I actually killed you with Emrakul.
Yeah.
But there was like game 3 or 4 where it just like stayed on the battlefield for a bunch of turns and kind of just like plussed and minused and killed some creatures, and then I just like gained some snowball advantage that way, and it was really powerful. But yeah, if you're not interacting with it, and it's actually very difficult to interact with because it's A, a Planeswalker, and B, it costs more than 3 mana, so it can't get like Abrupt Decayed.
Yeah.
it just runs away with the game and kills your opponent very quickly.
Yeah, and in Standard, we have some things that can answer it directly, like Anguished Unmaking and Ruinous Path. We have maybe some bigger creatures that can attack it.
Also just more creatures.
There's just not as much of that kind of threat with it, where once it gets to 8, the game is going to end. Like in Standard, you frequently see Nahiri at like 12, 14, as they just keep +2ing it. As long as you don't give them an opportunity to -2 effectively, then it's really just going to be this sort of looting engine and gain you card quality. But in Modern, it's just so much more versatile. It does so many more things. And there were games where I just had to awkwardly attack it to stop it from ultimating, and had to throw away 2-3 cards of value to do so. So even though there was only one game where you actually got to put Emrakul into play with it, it was
the threat of it.
The threat of it was at the front of my brain for the entirety of the match. So I was certainly impressed by it, and I could definitely see it being shifting the landscape of mid-range decks in Modern.
Yeah, I'm certainly not convinced that this Mardu control deck is the best direction to take it, and certainly there could be, you could just tune this Mardu deck. Wall of Omens did perform pretty well, I thought.
Yeah.
It's just as a nice roadblock, gives you some velocity. Flooded a little bit more, even though I stumbled in game 5. I flooded a little bit more than I would have liked. Do have 25 lands, which is kind of high, even like Jund only plays 24. So maybe some adjustments could be made there.
You just need more card advantage to help you against flooding. That might be where Jeskai comes in. You can play Ancestral Vision, and then with Wall of Omens, you can play Resto and Snapcaster and get that normal Jeskai engine going.
Yeah, there's a million different ways you could take this deck, including maybe a red-white prison deck with like Blood Moon and stuff.
Yeah,
you just need time for Nahiri to stay on the battlefield and either kill your opponent or just like stabilize the board.
Yeah, but the 4 Nahiri 1 Emrakul package is so slim and so powerful that I definitely think that's going to have some legs going forward in the format.
Yep, you can slot it into a bunch of different decks. There's a lot of room to explore. I think it's pretty exciting new addition to the format, and maybe even Legacy. I've heard some inklings of it.
I don't know about that one.
Well, I mean, I've heard that Joe is playing it in Miracles, and it certainly seems like unbeatable in the mirror. It's like very hard to counter it. You basically need Jace off of a counterbalance, and then it exiles your opponent's counterbalance.
Yeah.
And it never dies, so you can like sift through your tops, and I don't know, it seems sweet.
Seems sweet, but in a lot of other matchups, you tap out for Nahiri and then you die. So
yeah,
I assume it's more of a role player there, maybe a sideboard card.
Yeah, I'm sure it's only like, I mean, it's competing with Jace the Mind Sculptor, of course. So it's probably like a 1 or a 2 of, but the fact that she can even be put in the discussion is
telling. Yeah, especially by someone who's played Miracles for so long.
Right. But yeah, I mean, I think the card is very powerful. Maybe my deck wasn't that great, but that's why we play games, just to see how the interactions work out.
Yeah, it was just I think it's a fine Mardu deck. Just
typical Mardu guy.
Mardu's just never good.
Some would disagree.
Mardu guy, he never wins. Let's be honest.
That's just not true. There's just always a Mardu guy randomly with his Thunderbreak regions just demolishing everyone.
Maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, things are changing.
And that deck wasn't even good.
It's just...
Mardu's not good. Well,
I don't appreciate your blanket statements.
Well, they're just true.
I mean, that's basically all you do is just say absolutes. But that's beside the point.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
I'm just...
Are you calling me a Sith?
Maybe.
I would be okay being a Sith Lord.
I think
that'd be kind of fun.
You're kind of Sith-esque.
How so?
I don't think I can say these things on air.
I mean, you don't want to say something too incriminating. I might just reach across the table and force choke you.
But then that would be on camera.
Well, I would force choke the director and then destroy all the evidence.
How are you going to get out of Star City after
I will literally force choke everyone. I'll throw some stuff at people. You go like fly. Using the force is just cheating.
Here? What is this?
You're the one who brought it up.
I kind of.
Actually, I brought up Siths.
Talk about killing me. That was you.
Yeah, you did something to upset me, and I'm a very powerful, evil person.
You said, don't incriminate me, and here you are talking about this. This is nonsense, as usual.
Yeah, that's my thing.
I don't like this being our thing. It's weird.
Well, stop bringing up Sith Lords.
Did I?
No, I did.
I thought so. It was your fault.
It's always my fault.
Yeah.
I know.
100%.
So, Modern.
Would you like to talk about something relevant to the conclusion of this video?
Yeah, we got to talk about this weekend. That's the thing that we do.
Usually how this works, yeah. Yeah.
So this weekend
you
is
say some stupid crap, and then I try to reel us back in to end this video.
yeah, and then I go even further off the deep end. So now here's the reel back in part. That's this section. Indianapolis this weekend,
That was
SCG Tour.
the ugliest segue of all time.
Yeah, of course. And so, who's commentating that?
Cedric and Patrick Sullivan.
Well, that's great.
Yeah,
They're the best.
they are really good at their job.
I know it's. I would say it's like no, it's not. No, it's just great. I don't know what else to say about it. I thought I had some more insightful, nuanced words.
No, all right.
But no, they're just awesome.
Yeah, that's
so
convincing. They're just great.
everybody knows they're awesome.
That's true. They do.
I don't need to expound any more on it. It's just a well-established fact in the Magic community. Cedric and Patrick, best commentators. They're going to be in Indianapolis this weekend commentating.
They're
They don't do it as
commentating.
often anymore, so it's a rare treat.
You enjoy it.
Yep. So if you're in the
You watch
area,
it and you
come
like
down. If you're not in the area, you can watch. It'll be great. We'll play some Modern.
Play some
Michael
Modern.
will probably play something with Nahiri in
I'm
it.
definitely playing some of Nahiri. If I attend, I will be playing for Nahiri.
I'll probably play something without Nahiri in it because that's not really my style. Maybe I'll play this deck. It's pretty good.
Ross is just silly. I constantly try to give him good decks, and he just says no.
The one time I took your deck, it had Demonic Pact in it.
That was, yeah. You got like 11th, right?
Yeah, but the deck was horrific.
It was not great, but it was sweet.
Just couldn't ever win.
I never said it was good, though. I gave you the disclaimer that it was cool, but not great.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll.
Maybe we can play Demonic Pact Nahiri in Modern.
You can. Oh God.
Anyways.
Now who's going off the deep end?
Yeah. All right, we'll think about this.
Now.
But,
See, that's not all me.
let's end the video so I can go start brewing.
Okay.
All right.
We did indie thing.
Indy this weekend's Modern. Cedric, Patrick, they're going to be commentating. It's going to be a lot of fun. Come out and play some Modern or watch the best in the business do their thing.
But you should come out because Indianapolis is actually great.
True.
It's one of my favorite cities to go to.
Yep, same here. Top 3 for sure.
Yeah. Columbus is number 1, but...
Same. NBA Jam, baby.
Okay, now we're going too far.
I'm really looking forward to that, by the way.
Yeah.
That was super fun. Anyways, that's it for us this week. Enjoy your day.